The man had a plan. A blade. A secret. And a left hand that nobody thought to check. This is one of the most overlooked stories in the entire Old Testament. A story so specific, so detailed, so deliberately strange that when you read it carefully you realize the writer wanted you to feel every single moment of it. This is the story of Ehud, the left-handed assassin God sent to save Israel. Let me give you the world first so you understand what is at stake. Israel is in trouble again. The pattern in the book of Judges is one of the most honest and painful patterns in all of Scripture. Israel turns away from God. God allows an enemy to oppress them. The oppression becomes unbearable. Israel cries out. God raises up a deliverer. They are rescued. They forget. They turn away again. And the whole cycle starts over. It is not a flattering portrait of God's people. But it is an honest one. This particular cycle has brought Israel under the control of a man named Eglon, the king of Moab. And Eglon has been sitting on Israel for 18 years. 18 years of tribute. 18 years of humiliation. 18 years of a foreign king demanding payment from the people of God. And Israel finally cried out. So God raised up Ehud. Now before we go any further I need you to understand something about Ehud that the Bible tells us almost in passing, as if it is a small detail, but it is actually the entire key to everything that follows. Ehud was left-handed. In the ancient world this was considered a defect. The word used in the Hebrew text literally means restricted in his right hand. He was from the tribe of Benjamin, which actually means son of my right hand, and yet here is this Benjaminite who cannot use his right hand properly. An outcast. An oddity. A man that the world had already written off. God chose him specifically. Because the thing the world considered his weakness was about to become the instrument of Israel's deliverance. So here is the plan. Israel sends Ehud to deliver the tribute payment to King Eglon in Moab. This is a regular thing. A humiliating routine. Go to the foreign king. Hand over what he demands. Come back. Repeat. But before Ehud leaves he makes himself a double-edged sword. Short. About 18 inches. And he straps it to his right thigh under his clothing. Now pay attention to why this matters. Every soldier, every guard, every security check in the ancient world looked for weapons on the left thigh. Because almost every man drew his sword with his right hand, which meant the sword was carried on the left side for easy cross-draw access. Guards knew this. They checked left thighs. Ehud strapped his blade to his right thigh. Because he drew with his left hand. Nobody checked the right thigh. He walked through every security checkpoint carrying a concealed weapon and not a single guard found it. Not because the guards were careless. But because they were working from an assumption that Ehud quietly refused to fit. His left-handedness was not a defect. It was a disguise. He delivers the tribute. He begins to leave with the rest of the delegation. And then he turns back. He sends the delegation ahead. He goes back to Eglon alone. And he tells the king, I have a secret message for you. Now we need to talk about Eglon for a moment because the Bible is unusually specific about him. It tells us he was a very fat man. This detail is not in the text by accident. The writer of Judges is deliberate about everything and this detail is about to become extremely important. Eglon dismisses everyone from the room when he hears there is a secret message. He is in his cool upper chamber, the private room on the roof of the palace designed to catch the breeze in the hot climate. He is alone. And Ehud approaches him. He says, I have a message from God for you. And as the king rises to receive it, Ehud reaches across with his left hand, draws the blade from his right thigh, and drives it into the king's belly. The Bible describes what happens next with a level of detail that is almost startling. The fat closed over the blade. The handle went in after it. Ehud could not pull the sword back out. and the contents of the king's stomach came out. He left the blade inside. He went out through the porch, locked the outer doors behind him, and walked away. Now the guards are waiting outside. They wait. And wait. And wait. They assume the king is using the bathroom. The cool upper chamber, the closed doors, they reason that he must be relieving himself in the private chamber. They wait a long time. Long enough to feel embarrassed about interrupting him. When the embarrassment finally overcame the waiting, they got a key and unlocked the doors. And found their king dead on the floor. By the time they understood what had happened, Ehud was already long gone. He had escaped to Syria. He blew a trumpet in the hill country of Ephraim. And the people of Israel came down from the hills behind him because their deliverer was calling. Ehud stood before them and said, "Follow me. God has given your enemies the Moabites into your hand." They went down and seized the fords of the Jordan, the crossing points, so that not a single Moabite could get across and escape. And that day Israel struck down about 10,000 Moabite soldiers. Not one escaped. And the land had peace for 80 years. Now I want you to sit with this story for a moment, because underneath all the action and the detail there is something God is saying very clearly. He chose the left-handed man. He chose the one the world had already decided was less than. The one who did not fit the standard. The one whose difference made people uncomfortable. And that very difference, the thing that made him odd, the thing that set him apart, the thing that caused people to look twice, was the precise thing God used to accomplish what no one else could accomplish. You need to hear this. The thing about you that feels like a weakness may be exactly what God intends to use. The way your mind works differently. The background that feels like a liability. The experiences that made you strange to the people around you. The left-handedness that the world keeps telling you is a defect. God does not choose people in spite of what makes them different. He often chooses them because of it. Ehud did not succeed by becoming more like everyone else. He succeeded by being exactly who he was in the exact situation God placed him in. And there is one more thing before I let you go. The guards waited outside a locked door, too embarrassed to knock because they assumed they knew what was happening on the other side. Their assumptions kept them standing still while the man God sent walked free. Your enemies will often be defeated not by a great battle but by their own assumptions about you. They will underestimate you. They will put you in a category. They will think they know what you are capable of and what you are not. And while they are standing outside the locked door of their own conclusions, you will already be gone. Go blow your trumpet. Your people are waiting. Drop a comment below and tell me what part of this story spoke to you. Share this with someone who has ever been told that something about them was a defect. And if you are not subscribed yet, please do that now, because every week we go deep into the Word together and there is always more here for you. Until next time. Stay rooted. Stay free. God bless you.